we outside. So what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Evan, and you know I'm always up to no good. So today, as you guys can tell, we actually have the green Jag here. We're gonna go ahead and change the green mirror, or the driver's side mirror, on the Jaguar, because apparently it's broken. As you guys can tell, if you swing it this way, it doesn't stop. It's supposed to be in this position, but it actually swings freely. So something or someone broke it. I don't know if somebody sideswiped it or leaned up against it and broke the mirror. So it's no big deal. We actually have a box here from eBay. It's a used mirror from a black Jaguar. States that it works with power windows, power mirrors. No big deal. The only thing I'm going to do differently is just remove the cap on the driver's side mirror, this green cap, and we're going to swap this cap out with the black one. So we're basically going to put the black mirror on here with the use of this green mirror cap, and that should basically pretty much be it. It's a pretty simple, pretty straightforward install. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to do it, and we're going to get right into it. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so we're at the Jaguars. You guys can tell I got my trim tool removal set, whatever you want to call it, trim tool, accessory tools, whatever you want to call it. So we got a set of trim removal tools here, the whole set. Got a little bit of dirt. We're going to go ahead and just gently pry around the door. You got to be careful, because when you're removing the door, you have some door clips, and these clips can easily get stuck. Sometimes they break. You can find them online. I believe a certain model of the Range Rover on eBay sells them, so I think a similar model and year close to these Jaguars sell a similar, I guess, what do you want to call them? What's the word I'm looking for? The actual door clips. So I'm not sure. If I find it, I'll put it down in the description below. But I believe a certain model, Range Rover, does sell the door clips. You can find them online through various websites if you check. But just be careful when you're removing it, not to break all of them, because eventually the door, see, will be loose. Like already mine has broken clip somewhere, because I had to remove the door to replace the speaker before. So just take your time when you remove the actual door panel itself, so you don't break the rest of the clips and the door is moving freely. So we're going to go ahead and pry it off. We actually have a screw here behind the actual cover here. There's a cover covering the bolt. You have a screw underneath here, and then you just pretty much gently pull it forward, and you can actually get to the remaining stuff that needs to be removed behind the door panel. So I'm going to grab a screwdriver and we'll get right into it. Alright guys, so as you guys can tell, or maybe cannot tell, I actually had to go in here before and tighten this screw, the I don't know, T30, T25, T35, whatever size torque screw it is. I actually had to go back and actually torque it down or tighten it up because the mirror was a little loose. This was probably a few years before. But anyways, I have the cover off, and as you guys can tell, I actually put double-sided tape. So technically what there was before was a little bit of black, maybe silicone or black gasket maker or whatever it was. There was some sort of silicone here. I ended up using double-sided tape so I could actually remove it easier easier after if I needed to, and you don't have all this silicone left behind. So if you guys ever do have to put this back, just use some double-sided tape. It makes your life a whole lot easier. Alright guys, so we got the mirror out, and as you guys can tell, look, it moves freely, so it is broken. You actually have to remove this bolt and slide it down from this little opening here. It's got like a rubber opening, so it come out, then you can pull the actual cable through the actual little opening here, and you can get everything out. So you guys can tell the mirror is actually moving very freely, so yeah, now it stops, but yes. Supposed to stop right here. I guess now it's grabbing, but see, it moves freely, so something's broken. I'm gonna go ahead and just remove this back cover on the mirror that we bought used. There's no need to buy a brand new one, just buy a good used one. I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up, swap this green mirror cap on the back onto the other one, and that's pretty much it. So just showing you guys how it is and how it's acting up and how it's moving. So yeah, let's go to the bench and swap some parts out. Alright guys, so we're at the bench and we got the green mirror, which is the one that's originally in the car with the broken stopper, whatever you want to call it. We got the black one used, obviously it's scuffed up. We're going to pop this one out, put this cap here in the back, clean it up, clean all this crap out and test it out, and hopefully everything works. guys, so as you guys can tell, we just removed the mirror from both of the mirrors that I have here laying on the bench or on this little tray, whatever cart. Actually broke this piece from this over here. Well, it's unfortunate, but we don't really need it anyways because the mirror is broken anyways. This part here is actually broken. It cut clean, so there's a spring here, so I believe this, which was part of this cover to the spring, which compresses it down, must have popped and broke this metal whatever, metal ring, whatever you want to call it, so it doesn't compress this spring here to hold this in place. So this is obviously garbage, so we're just gonna throw it out. But I did remove both of these mirrors here that I have, and I try to see which one has less scratches, less debris, or imperfections in the mirror. This way, you're not really seeing lines in it. So I wanted to see which of the mirrors is actually a lot better to use. I'm gonna keep them. Never know. Sometimes you might break a glass or something. Come in handy. This one here has a little bit of rust. I might clean it up. If I do use it, put a little bit of dielectrical grease on this, so when I plug the connectors, for example, these connectors here, the hell is it over here? Oh, they're over here. So if I plug these over here, they have a good connection. There's no water corrosion that can form or get in there. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and put the mirror on, test everything, and make sure everything is working. Alright guys, so when you're putting this bolt in, make sure that the obviously this rubber insulation here, make sure that the actual bolt sits on the metal and the insulation is on top. I believe that's how it goes. Could be wrong if somebody has done it before or knows how it's done. Maybe the insulation goes first or not, but it seems like the bolt fits on a lot more snug when the insulation is above it versus when it's behind it. So got a better bite to it. So that's how I did it. That's how I removed it before. The actual installation was in front of it and the bolt was behind it, so got a better grip on the actual mirror itself. So we're gonna go ahead and put the connection back in. That's why you saw me take this off, because I wanted to make sure everything was working before we go ahead and put everything back together. So just pointing this little tip out, you know, clean the mirror, everything's working. So we're just gonna put everything back in, and then we got a working, basically good condition mirror. So pretty happy. So let's continue. What's going on, guys? So as you guys can tell, we just finished putting on the new but good used mirror, or used good mirror. It's in good condition that I found from eBay. It was pretty much a plug and play type of scenario. Basically a swap. We just swapped the back side of the mirror, or used the back side cover from the old mirror onto the used but good condition mirror, and then we used that mirror to put it onto this car. So we basically got a good functional mirror. Everything works. The mirrors work in conjunction with power windows, power mirror. So everything's pretty much installed. I'm pretty happy. We got it, found it cheap on eBay. So you know, it's about that time. I'll definitely be catching y'all in the next video.